All right, welcome in everybody. Me and Yash back again talking some NFL Week 7. How you doing today, Yash?
I'm doing pretty good. Looking forward to seeing my GOAT tomorrow, Spencer Rattler, face off against his arch nemesis and Caleb. That's honestly my favorite game. I'm looking forward to seeing.
Yeah, that should be a sneaky fun one. Yeah, I'm excited for the slate we got tomorrow. Just chilling, watching some college football right now. Wanted to rip a couple drafts, maybe build some pick'em slips, and then anyone that joins the stream, fire off some fantasy sit start questions, etc. That being said, let's just get straight into the draft. Let me pull up my screen.
We'll get into player takes during the draft, I'm sure.
Yeah, so we're going to do this single entry draft for this Sunday. It's called the extra point. We'll wait for this to fill. Early takeaways, look, CeeDee Lamb has risen like crazy.
Mm-hmm. I still want to ride the Pickens train. I kind of want to take a worthy share this week.
Yeah, I think I took him in one of the drafts we did earlier this week. I'll pull up my exposures maybe right now while we're waiting so we can kind of weigh out who I want to get more of, who I've been getting too much of, etc.
Why is Josh Jacobs still questionable? A team I want to look at right now is just the Jets.
Okay, this is the exposures we have right now. We drafted 3 Terry teams and we lost him for all of those, so we're going to have to set our swap rankings to substitute him. We also drafted 2 Debo shares, so we're going to have to do that with Debo as well. Big players I've been getting a lot of have been Ladd, Quinchon, both 50% right now. Rashee Rice, Herbert, Scatabo, JCM, Kelsey, Terry, Fannin, Adunze Pickens, a little bit of Genty, a little bit of Javonte mixed in.
I like taking some
not enough Genty. Yeah, I like taking some shots on both Genty and Scatabo this week. They're going around the same range and they're both pretty cheap. They both have tough matchups, I get it, but sometimes you just got to hope talent will prevail and they'll get there, even in the tough matchup and with how cheap they're going.
This Chiefs game just feels sketchy to me. Personally, I just saw like the public betting only 13% on the Raiders. I mean, as it should be the under, but like, I don't know. In division game, Raiders always seem to keep it competitive with the Chiefs somehow, despite who the hell's on that roster. I feel like it's been like that for like the past few years, bro. Like those games are never just like complete blowouts. I feel like Ashton Genty could do good. I wouldn't be surprised.
I will say, as a Raider fan, like I don't feel great. Like
I know.
Usually against the Chiefs, like I know it's a divisional game. Like I feel pretty confident. We usually play well in Arrowhead. This game, I don't know. I think the Chiefs are going to steamroll us. To be honest,
scared of Rice.
Yeah. Well, it's not even just that. I feel like the Chiefs' strengths on offense like play into the Raiders' weaknesses right now. And also just this is a must-win game for the Chiefs. Like they're 3-3. They're not going to overlook the Raiders. It's not like Mahomes has been beat twice by the Raiders in Arrowhead. Like he doesn't want it to make it 3 times. Like I think we're going to see him play pretty well. And they're going to throw the ball a lot too, because like we've talked about this on stream, but the Raiders are actually like sneaky good against the run. We know the Chiefs have no run game as it is right now. I'm just kind of worried about that matchup.
Yeah.
I sent the pic to the Discord where I took Quinshon Judkins touchdown along with Mahomes 2 passing touchdowns, and I feel pretty good about that one. We're getting that for like plus 150 odds.
Where's Luke McCaffrey being drafted right now?
He's not getting drafted in these. I will not be drafting any Luke McCaffrey in these.
I almost would say Zach Ertz is the better pick if you're going to take anything Commanders with JCM, just because Terry and Debo out. They can literally only pass to Ertz and Luke. And who else do they have?
I'm probably
Robbie Chosen.
I'm probably only going to be playing it through JCM. I mean, we know the ceiling cases it takes to win these tournaments. And I just don't see any Commanders getting there besides JCM or maybe Jane Daniels naked. But
Dude, I think Ertz will get you there sneakily at tight end. As far
I
as
think
tight
tight
ends
end's so
go.
deep this week that I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah,
Like,
Fannin.
Ertz is a questionable tag. I know the weather's supposed to be awful in this Cleveland game, but that can kind of play into what Fannin does, like a lot of short stuff, a lot of yak. I'm still huge on Judkins this week. I think that weather is just gonna really help him, to be honest, because they're only going to be able to run the ball. The only worry is if they're not able to throw over the top, they're just going to stack the box like crazy. But against the Dolphins defense, even if they do that, the Browns still might be able to run the ball with how good Judkins has looked from like a talent perspective. So we'll see how that plays out.
Dude, I think I disagree with you on the Commanders take, dude. I think I'm very high on this Commanders game because, I mean, the Cowboys have like the worst defense in the league. I think they genuinely have the worst rushing defense for sure.
That's why.
So I like playing it through Bill. Yes, that's true. But I don't.
What's up, Frizzle?
I don't know. Maybe like a Bill Jaden Daniels stack would be nice. You'd probably get most of the points off the Commanders like that. But I don't.
We just
I
got
don't know.
Jonathan Taylor 103. Nice.
Let's get Frizzle. Excited for Jalen Coker this weekend, Frizzle?
No, Judkins goes 104. I still can't believe that one guy who got Taylor Judkins in that one draft. That just.
It's because people are just not being sharp about Judkins before that weather report. I think it's like he was already projected like 90 rushing yards, which was insane.
Yeah. There goes Rushy. Pretty chalky off rip here. I just like playing it more through the Dallas pieces, I think, this week. Like, take Javonte.
Starting Coker over Drake and CD.
Yeah, get out of here, bro.
Real. Who was the better start, Stroud or Danny Dimes? I was looking at Stroud. Who do the Colts play? They don't play anyone like crazy.
They play the Chargers.
Yeah.
It's pretty good defense.
I kind of like taking Dimes.
Who the Texans play this week?
No, not the Jets. Seahawks.
Oof.
That's why I kind of like.
Do you try to, Yosh, can you pull up the Seahawks injury report? If Julian Love and Weatherspoon are still out, then I might lean Stroud. We're going to get Mahomes here.
Let's go on the official Seahawks website for this. Let's see. Saturday's injury report. Derek Hall out. He's the linebacker. Witherspoon's questionable, but he just had a full practice.
So he's playing.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, those are like the main ones.
What about Love?
Safety.
What did you say about Love?
He's limited. Hamstring. And then their linebacker is just out, Derek Hall.
Mm-hmm.
I like taking a rookie. No one was in here. I like taking like a Jalen Noel Frizzle. I haven't looked at their lines, but I like betting on one of those guys depending on how nice their lines are, especially post-bye rookie bump with Christian Kirk out. Tough defense against the Seahawks. I could see them getting there other ways aside from Nico Collins. At least that's what I'm thinking right now. I'm going to go look at their lines. Because I'm not going to lie, I kind of hated both of these. Really? We have no lines for Jalen Noel. I hate underdog, bro. I genuinely hate underdog. Let me go look at Fliff.
Oh, something else I wanted to shout is that Joe Alt is back for the Chargers this week.
Oh. Huge.
So that's pretty big news for Chargers offense. I might be flipping my pick to them in this game, but I'm still uncertain. but I'm going to get a QJ share because of that, because I think that definitely helps out QJ. And did you see Charvarius Ward, the Colts corner, former Niner, the guy who got concussed last game in pregame warmups? He just got put on IR.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
So the Colts secondary is going to be one we definitely want to attack these coming weeks. They just lost starting corner. They had another starting corner literally retire on their team.
Yeah, I saw that. It was
earlier this season. I think Kenny Moore's back, who's their slot guy, but he's a good corner. But the Colts secondary is just like super depleted right now.
Dude, I think me and Vegas might be on the same wavelength because they have no Jalen Noel lines up. They only have Jaden Higgins, Nico Collins, and Javier Hutch, which is weird. I don't like ticketing lines now. It feels trappy.
Yeah.
So Stroud, because Seahawks defense is banged up. Honestly, wake up in the morning tomorrow and make sure that Devon Witherspoon is not playing. If he's not playing, I would feel good
I
starting
think they
Stroud.
play Monday. I think the Seahawks play Monday.
Let me check this. You're right. Yes. Damn, that's unfortunate.
All right. So we played this Chiefs this time, not through Rashi. We played it through Worthy and Kelsey for this one, which I feel good. I like this team a lot, actually. This team feels pretty nice. We got Mahomes, JT, Javonte, Worthy, Quentin, Kelsey. So we're fading Rasheed with that one. And we've been getting a lot of Rasheed, so I feel good about doing that.
How have quarterbacks been doing against the Chargers? Did Tua play good last week?
Chargers secondary is tough. The Chargers secondary is certainly tough. I'm going to hop in the double reverse now.
Commanders, how did they get there? On the
ground.
Yep.
Yeah. Chargers, you got to be on the ground. That's why I think this is going to be a good spot for JT.
Broncos. How did Bo Nix do? Bo Nix did horrible. Yeah, I would say probably CJ Stroud. Another Stroud question. Stroud or Herbert?
Herbert.
Yeah, with Joe Alt back too. I like it.
Yep, and we just talked about Joe Alt being back, and we also were talking about the Colts secondary being banged up. I think you got to start Herbert. ATL, if you just hopped in, the Colts are down Charvarius Ward, and they also lost Xavier Howard a couple weeks ago. And yeah, good to see you, bro. Kenny Moore is back, who's their slot guy, so that does kind of worry me about how much lad I've been taking this week. But it could be a good QJ week.
CJ is my backup for Herbert. Oh, okay.
Solid.
Yeah. CJ Stroud was probably on waivers for a lot of leagues, like week 4 or 5, I feel like. I know I dropped him at one point and then someone picked him up.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd start Herbert this week for sure. I think the rest of the season, I'm pretty bullish on Herbert.
Dude, I'm trying to buy him in Dynasty still, but rats.
Dude, the time to buy Herbert in Dynasty was
week 1.
Last offseason.
I tried to buy him last offseason.
Middle of the season last year, everyone was forgetting like how talented of a player he is just because he'd not been producing for fantasy like we would hope. Still very in on the talent that is Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert's a dog, bro.
Yeah, Debo's out. Yep, we saw that. Terry's also out. Commanders are super depleted at wide receiver.
Luke McCaffrey, receiver 1 on the Commanders this week.
I'm not buying it. I think Jaden's just gonna spread it around. I mean, Luke only got one target last week. Like I know he caught the touchdown, but fun fact, that Luke McCaffrey touchdown lost me a week in Dynasty because I was playing a tanking team that was starting Luke McCaffrey and Zach Ertz.
That's funny.
Ridiculous.
That's actually funny.
And my team's like I'm competing with that team. It's not my strongest Dynasty team, but I'm competing. So I was so pissed. Oh, my God.
I'm looking into Jalen Lane right now.
Watching this Texas Tech Arizona State game. Arizona State had a sick pick just now. I sent Arizona State live plus 150 money line in the chat. Hopefully ASU can pull it out for us. For anyone that was tailing that from the Discord, we're sweating that right now. In a 9-7 ball game. This is college football.
I honestly love that for you, Atlanta. I'd be doing that too. Y'all said Otton over Mason Taylor. I feel like Baker won't need to rely on Otton as much as Fields relying on Mason. Really, though? Because isn't Chris Godwin out, Mike Evans game time, and Ibuka game time? I didn't see what Cade Otton did last game, so maybe that would just be a good place to start. But
I'm ready to get hurt by Mason Taylor again.
Hurt? You want him to inflict damage on you? Real answer, Frizzle, start Chigakonkwo. I mean, Cade Otton got 6 targets, 5 receptions, 51 yards last week. I think that's a good showing when everyone else is out. I mean, I feel like Baker's just like a dog at QB, bro. He just puts the ball where it needs to be.
Baker's MVP favorite as of right now.
And who do the Jets play? They play someone who I have on my roster, Carolina. Carolina has a good secondary, I believe.
I'm going to get an A-Chain share. I don't want to get 0 A-Chain this week. I don't love the matchup, but having none of A-Chain is scary. What up, Mando?
That's good, Mando.
Good to see you fellas in here. Fire off any questions you guys got. I think we're going to keep ripping a couple drafts and then maybe build out some pick'em slips for tomorrow. I talked about this right when we hopped on stream, but I already locked this one in. It's Quinshon Judkins mixed with Patrick Mahomes, 1.5 passing touchdowns. Really like both. Daniel Jones, 105. Whoa. Really like the odds we're getting on those guys.
Hey, there's your answer right there, Frizzle. Daniel Jones, 105. You seeing that right now? Clearly that guy knows something we don't. Let me see when Garrett Wilson went out.
We got our pick of Judkins or Rashi here. I'm hoping we can get Judkins.
Having trouble deciding who to start. Need 2 RBs. I have Ramondre Henderson. Also have Woody Marks and Michael Carter. What we thinking? I'm leaning Woody out of all of those. He's probably the highest upside guy I see. And Michael Carter versus Ramondre or Henderson.
I don't know if
I'm starting Henderson in a league this week, I think. I just want to believe that the Patriots are going to get their head out of their ass eventually and be like, yo, like Ramondre's averaging like 2 yards a carry. Maybe we should give it to our guy we drafted in the 2nd, 4th round. I don't even know where Henderson got drafted. I feel like eventually they're going to cave. Who's got drafted in the 4th round this year? Who was that? Caleb Johnson, 3rd round?
Caleb was 3rd round.
I don't know which running back I'm thinking of. RJ Harvey was 2nd round too, right?
Yes. I believe he was late 2nd or he was early 3rd.
I don't know who I'm thinking about in the 4th. I'm hoping one of the
I disagree a little bit on the Woody Marks stuff. Seattle's really tough versus the run.
Who would you start out of these 4 options? I'm leaning Henderson, Woody.
I'm probably starting Mondre over Henderson until we see anything change.
Fair enough.
Let me get Mahomes again. I just see a very clear path to him being the quarterback 1 on the slate this week. And
I think I actually just dropped Michael Carter in a redraft league. Yeah, I literally dropped him like 2 nights ago.
Let's see what we can do here.
I mean, it's just like they're splitting backfield. Are the Cardinals better than the Patriots? In my opinion, no. The Cardinals are playing the Packers. The Packers also have a good defense. I would just lean Ramondre Henderson and then Woody Marks just because, like, post-rookie buy bump maybe for Woody. Maybe he gets 14 carries to, like, Chubb 6, Like that would be great. But I really don't like any of those options, to be fair. Atlanta, I'm kind of with you on the Commanders receivers, wanting one of them to shine. I personally think it's probably going to go through Ertz this weekend. But if I were to bet between Luke McCaffrey and Jalen Lane, I'm going Jalen Lane because Luke's been in the league 1-2 years now. Is this the second year?
Yes.
So, I mean, we're kind of looking at two unknown guys, but at least Jalen Lane's been like kind of productive all season. I mean, I just looked at his stats. And who doesn't like taking the rookie upside case, right? What is he doing? He's taking like two or three targets a game for like 15 yards on average, and then one big game against Chicago for 37 yards. So it looks like he kind of is being used as a downfield option. Another league, Flex One, Vidal or Jordan Addison. Man, it's hard for me to want to say bench Vidal after seeing that last week, but let me check these matchups, even though we literally just went over who the Chargers are playing. I just have the memory of a squirrel.
Is this the Matthew Golden week? Is this the week we see it?
Dude, I mean, he was trending up last week. He's I don't know. Jordan Addison is too. Who do they have starting still once at QB, or are they starting JJ?
Yes. No. Oh my God. ASU just fumbled on the goal line.
I've been seeing some stuff that people think the Vikings are going to beat the Eagles this weekend.
I don't think so, dude. I'm buying low on the Eagles this week. The spread's at 1.5. I'm hammering that for the Eagles. I think this is their bounce back week.
But either way, I think Addison's probably going to be good for 10 points to Vidal. Like, I don't know.
Against the Colts for Vidal.
They have bad O-line or good O-line? I mean, D-line.
Chargers? Colts?
Yeah.
I think they're okay versus the run. I need to look into the numbers, but I know they still got Buckner in the middle there, which is tough. I forget who their linebackers are, but I think they're okay. I'm not super familiar with the Colts front seven. I know about their secondary, but I think they're going to try air it out versus them, just based off the injuries and the advantages they have there.
Yeah. I'm leaning to Addison right now, Mando. I'm not a big Addison fan, but I kind of just like the spot. I think it might be a competitive. Oh, and if Wentz is playing too, bro, oh my God, that's such a good storyline. I forgot about, bro. Wentz versus the Eagles. Ooh, that's going to be a good game to watch. I hope he balls out.
Taking a Trey Tucker share.
Love it.
Got Mahomes, A-Chain, Judkins, QJ, Tucker, Kelsey. Feels great.
Atlanta's asking Keenan would bump up to one of my starts both weeks. Then between Atlanta, do you say another question? No. Okay, you're just talking. Would bump up to both my starts. Then between Judy, Bourne, and Shaheed for flex. I don't like flexing Judy until we see him catch the football more. I mean, the targets are there. He's on the field enough. He just isn't catching the football. Can kind of look at last year, and that was like the post-buy bump he had was just him catching the ball. Like he had the same amount of targets. He was actually just catching more of them. So until we see him actually start to warm up and get comfortable, I don't like flexing him. Bourne's a tough spot with Kittle coming back this weekend. I feel like the ball might get spread around. No one's going to get 100 yards, I feel like. I'm a big Shaheed fan. I'm really excited about this Saints game with Rattler against Caleb. I feel like the Bears might give up a big play to Shaheed too, especially if Rattler's really wanting to show out. I could see Shaheed being a high upside play. Any disagreements, Ant? You've been awfully quiet over there.
Well, I was thinking about this Dak or Jaden question that Steven asked. I'm probably going to lean Jaden. I think both.
I think Jaden
Actually,
might
no,
get you
no.
there with rushing upside, but I feel
Yeah,
like
but
Dak's the
they're just
safer
so.
play.
Yeah, I think you got to go Dak. Actually, the more I'm thinking about it, just because of all the injuries and CeeDee Lamb back, they're gonna try to get him involved. Um, I do think they're gonna try to run on the Commanders too. Like the Commanders have shown to be pretty susceptible to like outside run plays. So we could see, honestly, could be a crazy shot, but we could see some Jadon Blue carries this week because this might be the week to do so. I don't know. That's just something to think through. The Commanders are really susceptible. Like we just saw Swift burn them on pretty much all outside zone runs, a lot of like sweeps, a lot of pitches, because they're still trotting out Bobby Wagner, who's like the slowest linebacker in football right now.
Hey, he got like the most tackles in football right now, though, doesn't he?
I don't know, but he's costing his team against the run because he can't get to the outside. I'm going Dak. I'm saying all this to say I'm going Dak.
I like the Dak take.
McCarthy's back. McCarthy's been practicing, but they're starting Wentz this week. I saw a report yesterday that Wentz is starting.
I hope they do, dude. I'm gonna watch that game for sure.
Hey, we haven't streamed since the Battle of the Unks, but I just gotta say, we hit the nail on the head with that game.
That was
Called
great.
the Bengals upset. The picks were on the money. The only missed pick on the week was Darnell Washington yards, and he would have hit had he not caught a pass for -8 yards. Which
I
is
didn't
just
even peep
insane.
that.
It was a screen pass that just got blown up, so he lost 8 yards. It's like, are you kidding me? And he had 3 receptions for 2 yards.
You know what I saw that was weird that game? They were using Jonnu so weird, bro. They had Jonnu lining up in the backfield one time I saw, and they had him as like a blocker on like this weird like outside zone.
Sounds
Oh my
like
God, it was so
Smith,
weird to
dude.
watch, bro. I was like, who is number 81? And then I looked it up. I'm like, of course it's Jonnu. I was like, of course it's Jonnu.
The Arthur Smith effect, dude.
It's the only reason I keep Judy. I know he has the ability. Yeah.
Whoops.
To bounce off of your wanting Shedeur to start for the Browns, dude, that's in part why I'm so high on Rattler as a QB right now. Like the way I see it, they took a quarterback in the second round in Tyler Shuck, and they were just like, yeah, Spencer Rattler just clears this bum. Like, I love Spencer Rattler. Underrated QB right now. My favorite QB in the league, maybe.
Yeah, Flacco, dude, he looks good, but I will exercise some caution that I think we've seen this in the past with Flacco, that he'll have a game like this, and then the next game he'll just be absolutely awful and take like 5 sacks and throw 2 picks. So exercise some precaution. My biggest takeaway for the Bengals offense is that we just need to readjust how we're ranking Chase and Higgins rest of season. I think Chase is top 5 receiver with Flacco at QB, maybe even top 3 with how good he's looked. And then with T. Higgins, I think he's kind of back in that boom bust, like wide receiver, low end wide receiver 2 range, maybe more of a wide receiver 3.
I don't even think the
felt good about
O-line is like
starting T
affecting
this week.
Flacco. Like the O-line being bad is just turning that offense into like a PPR scam, bro. Like it was so majestic to just watch him drop back and pass the ball in like under a second. I don't know if you saw that in the red zone, dude, on that quick slant to Jamar. I was like, what am I watching? Like, oh my, and the fade route too. Joe Flacco is like an old school pocket passer with like actual good receivers for once in his life, dude. Like he might just eat. Like he might just eat, dude.
He's definitely going to sling the rock. I will say the Bengals offensive line, for as much as flack as we give them, they played a great game on Thursday.
They really did.
Like,
dude, that corner on the Bengals won them the game, though. Number like 20, 24. I forget what number.
Yeah. That play on DK Metcalf. Insane.
He had 2 different picks that game, I think, off Rodgers. He had that one like 3 flags up pick, or was that the other corner?
I think it was a safety that had the first one.
Yeah.
But the one you're talking about on the sideline, the second pick of the
just
game,
ripped it off him.
Yeah, he just stole it from DK. That felt like bad on DK too. Like how are you that big and letting the ball get ripped from you like that? Like
how are you 0% body fat and still getting punked like that?
For real. Let's go ASU. They're balling.
whatchamacallit.
Damn it! I thought we were gonna be able to get Rashi Mahomes.
Oh, we
finally
didn't
with
answer
JT.
Frizzle's question.
We get
The
sniped.
Mason and Flex. I'll say this, Frizzle. Last week we saw Garrett Wilson play majority of the game. He had 8 targets. How many pass attempts did Justin Fields have last game? 17. Good defense, right? So you have half the targets are going to Garrett Wilson. He's out this week. They got Arian Smith and Josh Reynolds, who is banged up starting. I think you're honestly on good process, Frizzle. I could see Mason Taylor getting like, I want to see his lines. I could see his line being like at 5.5 target. Honestly, 5.5 receptions I could see for him, bro. And like 7.5 targets. Like I could see him being a hog because who are they going to feed? Josh Reynolds? I don't know. It's hard for me to buy that. And then your Mason Taylor, JMO, or Woody for flex. Who did the Lions play? Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay has a really good defense, though.
They're susceptible through the air, though. I think the Lions in Detroit, that should be a high-scoring game, man. I'm excited for that.
No, first of all, I think you're probably safer starting Mason Taylor at tight end over Otten just because we don't know if Mike Evans or Ibuka are going to play. And worst case scenario, both of them play, and then Cade Otten has like a 6-point game. You know? I think we saw Mason Taylor's floor last week, and let me go check what that was.
1 reception on 1 target for 2 yards.
Yeah. So we saw his floor. Wasn't really nice, but I mean, what about
I think he'll bounce back.
Yeah.
All right.
And Seahawks are good, but they're not as good as, or Panthers are good. They're not as good as the Broncos on defense, though.
This is an interesting one, Jacob. I probably lean no.
Saquon, JT, Javonte, Trey, RV, receiver, Ibuka, Mondale. Trade board and Saquon. I don't like buying JJ. I feel like people are viewing JJ and Jamar like in the same tier because like you always kind of have since they've both been in the league. But their situations are pretty different right now. You have a team with a good offense, bad defense, and then you have a team with like a mediocre offense and a really good defense. So that's just how I'm seeing it right now. I mean, you could argue the Vikings is a good offense, actually. But, like, dude, they're not getting the same volume as Cincinnati. And I don't like buying JJ for Saquon, honestly. I feel like they both have the same problem of underperforming compared to expectations right now. But I would much rather have Saquon. Oh, nice little Mahomes worthy stack in. Okay, I see you. Who are we thinking about right now at tight end or receiver 2?
I think we're going to go Lad.
I like it. Everyone fading Keenan, though. I feel like everyone's going to get burnt.
At tight end, we can stack Kelsey. I was looking at Fannin or Ertz.
Yeah, I like all those options. I'd probably go Fannin, Ertz, Kelsey.
Yeah.
Glad to see Darnell Washington be relevant. Georgia had him in Bowers at the same time. He was like having another tackle at tight end. Yeah, McBride bye week coming up. I want to get ahead of it. Fannin at New England. Oh yeah, take Fannin, by the way. Or are you thinking like next week, Mando? I'm just like, if Njoku's still out, bro, Fannin going to keep eating. Even with Njoku in, he was eating. I think Evan Ingram is probably my least favorite out of all those, but that is a really nice matchup that would make me consider him.
Dude,
and if I'm not mistaken, Saints are like sneaky good on defense. Like they're not like top like 15 or anything, but like I think they're like sneaky good.
I don't know if I'm with that take, Josh.
Let me see. Let me double check this.
Dude, what is going up with the stats for this Ohio State game? They're just like not updating it. So I have no idea what's happening.
Let's go sort all these by season total. I wonder what the sack average for a good defense is right now, like 20 sacks. Jesus, dude, the Broncos defense has 30 sacks this year.
Yeah, sounds about right, dude.
What the hell am I looking at? So yeah, the Saints are like a middling defense. They're not exactly like insane, but they have like the same picks and picks and sacks as like the Patriots per se. Or even the Commanders, the Bills. So yeah, they're just like a mediocre defense. I don't think they're like a crap defense. Not a trade for this week, but watching K9 may try to trade Keenan Allen over to cover JCM bye. Does that seem decent? I don't love buying K9. I don't. But you could probably pay less than Keenan Allen for K9. I don't know what your league's view on Keenan Allen is. I'm still like wide receiver, like 24, high on Keenan Allen. I think he's still a low end receiver too. Whereas with like K9, like I'm ranking like Jaylen Warren ahead of him low key at this point, right? Like K9's kind of been just like a good floor play, like a good 10 points per week guy. Occasionally explodes for a couple touchdowns to get you to 20. Like the talent, just don't like the situation.
Yeah. So I hopped in another one of these drafts while that draft was finishing. Started Judkins Rice here.
I hope Tyquan Thornton like outplays Rashee Rice somehow, bro. That would like make my week.
Did you see this question from Mando?
Which one?
I think I would.
Oh, yeah, I said.
I think I'd go Fannin here. Did you say Fannin?
Yeah, I said Fannin, and then probably Evan Ingram, then Cade in that order. But if Njoku comes back, I would be a little lower on Fannin. But even with Njoku in, Fannin still eats, you know?
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I think Njoku, if I'm holding Fannin, I'm also encouraged by finally we get Mahomes, Rashee.
Damn, bro, don't mess up your second pick now.
I've been waiting for it. We finally got it. Now we got to think what we're doing with the next pick, though.
Wide receiver 4 looks a little obnoxious to me. Or receiver 5 in this. Algier is my current replacement for JCM. Even behind Bijan, he still gets volume and goal line play. I don't love doing that, but I understand why. Is there really no one else better on your waivers than Tyler Algier? Let me go on like my competitive waiver wire. Now you can't pick up Bam or Michael Carter or like Blake Corum. Like even Blake Corum, I kind of like a little better than Tyler, but I'm kind of talking out of my butt. I haven't looked at Tyler Algier's stats this year.
Yeah, Mando, Dallas has been awful this year. Awful on defense.
Oh, damn. He's been getting 10. Why is he getting 10? What? Why is he getting volume, Atlanta? That's hella weird.
Algier?
Yeah. These
For
past
some
couple
reason,
of games.
They like using him at the end of games. It's weird. They like kind of holding off on like just spamming Bijan down the stretch, which
I get
I
it.
don't know if I agree with, but I understand the thought process. They're trying to save Bijan a bit. They like Algier as kind of like their finisher.
Their closer. They got the closer anthem for him.
Yeah. Play the music.
Oh, league mates are RB stashers.
Mm.
Per read, Samaje P. Ryan, bro. Now there's a guy. Samaje would eat on like the Chiefs right now, bro.
All right. So we got to go tight end. Thinking we'll go Kelsey.
God, that's
Taking a lot of
crazy.
Kelsey.
Glare.
Josh, Quentin Johnson or Scatabo?
Who do the Giants play?
Denver. In Denver.
Give me
I can
QJ.
see him getting a lot of pass game work. Half
I think the
PPR.
fact that QJ is this far down. I saw QJ go in like round 3 last draft round. Like
I just think taking 3 wide receivers feels kind of dead in these sometimes.
yeah, I get it. But you're also fading like your one lad like stock, you're fading all your lad stock by taking QJ one draft really late.
We'll go QJ.
No, I already read that. I don't know. QJ's so interesting. Like he's one of those guys who's projected like 17 points on your fantasy app, and then you put him in that roster, and you're like,
yeah, he doesn't feel like a projected 17 guy at all.
Like,
yeah,
I have him on an ESPN league, and I'm just like staring at him on my bench. I'm like, I don't know what to do with you. Like, I don't know if I want to start you over Cortland Sutton. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's a very accurate sentiment.
Like, this is my receiver core in this 10 man league. Olave, Sutton, Adams, JSN, AJ Brown, Quentin Johnston, Rashid Shaheed. So, like, I got like some dogs at receiver. But like it gets a little like weird. Like I have to make really hot takes every week. Like I'm benching AJ Brown this week with Quentin Johnston as of right now. But I might take out Chris Olave. But I'm really high on that Saints game. I think I want it to be a shootout so bad. I want to see a great game. Of course, Mando. You the goat for showing up, bro. Algier is like the Michael Turner role for Atlanta.
Dang.
Swift already had bye. This is my better RB. Algier is my bench. Yeah, you're probably in like a deep league then, huh?
All right, keep firing off your questions, guys.
I'm really wanting to get like a spicy take in, dude. Like Josh Downs out this week. You think that's going to impact anyone on the Colts, or you think Tyler Warren's just going to have a bigger than normal game?
I just think it's the JT show this week, man.
The
Against
JT
the Chargers. Show? Yeah. I think that's what it's going to be.
JT looks like the 101 RB he was supposed to be like, what, 3 years ago?
Yeah. 2 years ago. And the Chargers have really struggled against like outside runs, or they've just been leaving like if you watch their matchups the last 2 weeks, there's just a lot of big run lanes they've been allowing. JCM got their 2 touchdowns, and then last week I forget who they played last week. The Chargers.
Let me see.
I know the running back got there. I just can't remember who it was.
They played Washington last week, and then they played the Giants, Denver, Vegas, KC.
No. The Chargers? No, they played someone after Washington.
Miami? Oh, yeah, Miami last week.
Yeah, and A-Chain gapped them. Yeah. So they've been struggling to contain like speed guys on the outside, which we know JT's got the home run speed. Like I can definitely see him just breaking one. Ooh, maybe we'll build a slip with like a JT longest rush.
Ooh, Fannin or Ferg this week. That's a really nice one.
According to the ADP of these, Fannin goes way ahead.
I think people are mostly
Fannin goes way behind. I'm sorry. But yeah, with CD coming back, you got Pickens. But then you also got to think like
the touchdowns.
I think I'm still going Ferguson. Jeez. I think I'm still going Ferguson just because I think that game environment's going to be better. We're going to have 50-mile-an-hour winds in that.
It could just be a running, low-scoring game. no kickoffs
It's a good
for
game.
the Finns game. Speaking of kickoffs, I was just looking at top ads on the waiver wire right now. One of them is the kicker for the Commanders. I like the process there. I could definitely see the Commanders kicking a good amount of field goals this weekend.
AC yard services. Should I start Diggs, Addison, Judy, Travion Henderson, and half PPR? I'm probably going Addison and half PPR.
Why not Diggs?
I could maybe Diggs. Diggs has just been banged up, and I think Addison can get there. I'm just trying to think, since it's half PPR, who's most likely to get in the
Touchdown.
end zone. Actually, no, give me Diggs. Could be a bounce back spot for him against the Saints. Not
Titans.
Titans, my bad. We know everyone's been getting there against the Titans, so you got to feel good about that.
DJ Moore, JMO.
Give me
Damn, we live in a society where that's a question, bro. What happened to DJ Moore, man?
give me JMO.
What happened to DJ Moore, bro? He should have never left Carolina. Yeah, DJ Moore is like damn near getting the same usage as Luther Burden. So,
Yeah, Diggs.
that was my dog, in case you're wondering. Stop being weird. I think he's choking. Hold on.
I hope he's doing all right. Gonna make my pick here. I'm thinking about going Xavier Worthy here. Let's get Worthy. Then we're gonna finish it off with Zach Ertz.
Any handcuffs on your radar that go take off? Oh, that could take off due to a trade, like the situation with the Jets, maybe.
I don't know about handcuffs. I would say Kendre Miller, but the Saints have already said they're not going to be moving Kamara. I don't think A-Chain is getting moved. I think the Jets is an interesting one to monitor with Brees. I think Tajay Spears with the Titans could be viable too if they move off Pollard. But even if they do move off Pollard, or even if the Jets move off Brees, like, I don't know how interested I even am in both of those starting running back spots. Like, yeah, they're going to get touches, but I don't know if the Jets are going to trade Brees Hall and then want to give Braylon Allen 20 carries a game. I don't know how realistic that is.
Coming off
Or
an injury.
Davis. Yeah, I don't know about that. Taysom Hill goes.
Oh, someone got a Chris Olave share. Love it. That guy's winning the tourney right there. Except Rashee Rice is going to sell him.
It's an interesting draft from the 5 spot right here. Oh, it's Nez. I know who this guy is.
Guys, the amount of hype I've been seeing for Rashee Rice, bro, they are treating this man like he's Megatron, okay? Like, they are treating this man like he is, like, the second coming of Jerry Rice. I am proudly fading Rashee Rice until I am proven wrong, and I am buried by hatred for being wrong. But until that time comes, I am fading Rashee Rice. I just never like it when there's this much hype for one player. I don't like it. It feels like a trap. Feels like Brian Thomas Jr. on the 1-2 turn.
I don't know, man. I think this one's gonna bite you in the ass.
I hope it does.
I think you're just underestimating the talent here.
I feel like everyone's overestimating the talent, if anything, and kind of underestimating how good of a situation he was in.
We'll see. Let's start looking at some pick'em slips. I got about 10 minutes before I got to get out of here. Maybe we'll do some more drafts tomorrow morning, but start looking at some pick'ems for tomorrow. I don't know if I really want to touch anything from this Rams-Jags game. Maybe like Devontae Adams touchdown. See that? I know we were on it last week, but I feel like we're not really getting great odds for it this
You don't
week.
like taking anything BTJ related?
Not really against this Rams D. I feel like the market's kind of caught up with these lines now. It just
Yeah,
doesn't
got
really feel
bumped
like
up 2 yards.
doesn't feel like there's much of an edge here. I could
What's Coker at?
maybe be interested in like a Kyron Williams under. Jacksonville's been a pretty big run funnel up until this. I mean, pass funnel up until this point. Let's look at some running backs and how they've been doing versus.
I could see this being a high-scoring game between the Jags and Rams simply because it's just two offensive-minded head coaches, and Liam Cohen and Sean McVay. I feel like it might just be lack of defense.
I kind of think the opposite, dude. Both of these defenses have been pretty good. It's a London game.
Oh, you know what I saw, actually? I saw that, like, Sean McVay is planning on flying there in under less than 24 hours, and they're, like, going to take a nap and then play, basically.
That's crazy.
Like, yeah, you should probably look into that, but I don't think the Rams are winning this game, especially with Puka out. And that news report I got from, like, Twitter.
The Jags are also more used to playing in London. Just because they play there every year. All right, so looking at this Kyron Williams rush yards line, I might be a fan of this. You look at some running backs and how they fared against it. Only Woody Marks, Kareem Hunt, funny enough, and Isaiah Pacheco have gone over. A lot of other running backs going under. Pretty easily, too. Let's do a Kyron under. Do we like the rush attempts at 17.5 more or rush yards?
Maybe attempts.
Yeah, let's look at that rush attempts because that feels really high for Kyron.
I already know who I want on my slip. I instantly know.
Yeah, I think this Kyron under 17.5 is going to be a good shout. Look at this. He's been volume decreasing the last couple weeks, with Corum kind of trending up. Yeah, let's start off the slip with that. We'll fade Kyron rush attempts. This 17.5 line just feels too high. I think that's the only thing I'm really gonna look at from this Rams Jags. We can maybe do like a Devontae Adams receptions.
6.5.
Ooh, let's look at Jordan Whittington.
J-Witt.
Holy, his lines are way higher than I thought they would be.
Yeah. Rams moment.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any value there.
What's Jalen Coker?
Maybe this like first half receiving yards, 15.5 kind of feels nice. That just feels like too much guessing. I don't really love it. Coker? I don't really want to touch Coker, to be honest.
I'll touch Coker. I'll touch him so much. I'm going to get my hands all over Coker in my slip.
I'm just not interested in betting on guys that are coming off injury, bad offense, ugly game against the Jets. Like, there's just a lot of things that aren't favoring that. A lot of things going on that I don't think working in that favor.
Out of the four, Dylan, give me Mason Taylor, and then directly below him, give me Bourne. That's how I would rank those two. QBs, Fields versus Carolina, Brisket, Wentz, Young, Darnold, Mac Jones. God damn, bro. How many QBs you got on your roster? Let's go Darnold, Fields, Wentz, Brisket, Young, Jones. Just because actually that's Mac Jones. He'll probably be like the second worst or third worst out of all of those guys.
Of these guys, I would say Bourne, Fields. I think Bourne over Mason Taylor pretty easily with no Ricky.
Oh, is Ricky not playing?
Yeah, Ricky's out. He's been ruled out.
Kittle coming back, though.
Yeah, still, they just have nothing at wide receiver. Is Jawan playing this week?
Probably. I mean, you played
In a
last.
PPR league where I got to start either Cup or Judy, would you pick up Luke McCaffrey and start him? No, I would prefer Cup or Judy to Luke. I'd probably prefer Cup just because. Actually, I probably prefer McCaffrey to Judy just because it's 50-mile-an-hour winds expected for that game. But give me Cup still. I think you got to go Cup there.
I feel like Jalen Lane might be the receiver one for Washington this week, Jacob Ander, or at least in fantasy score box, he might.
Yeah, I really don't understand the Luke McCaffrey stuff. I know he caught a touchdown, but like he only had one target. It's not like
People just like the name.
Yeah. If anything, I'm more looking at, like you said, Jalen Lane, Chris Moore.
So are you going to put your money where your mouth is and put Rashee Rice on this slip or what?
I already bet him. I already bet 60 rush yards earlier, or 60, and now it's bumped to 65. One rule of sports betting: never take the bumps. Already got some EV on that. Kelsey 3.5 receptions feels pretty good.
I like that too.
Trey Tucker, let's look at him. 45.5, 4.5 receptions.
He was on the people I liked.
Mahomes 2.5 touchdowns is juice pretty nice.
What's Trey at? 45? He got bumped up from 43.
Yeah. Probably some action on him. Let's take a look at some of these other games. Philly, Minnesota.
Do you like taking the under for Saquon?
No, not really. Minnesota hasn't been as stout against the run as they've been in years past. It's just not something I really want to target. I don't know enough. Like, I don't really have any strong takes on Eagles or Vikings this week, so I might just kind of stay away.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles are tough to bet on sometimes because they just really do whatever. Yeah.
They just try to win.
Waller, I could be looking at some unders on yardage in this game just because of, like, this expected wind. What is Judkins at now? Rush attempts 19.5. Dang, he got bumped.
You got 3 and you gotta skedaddle it.
Okay. Waddle 55.5 feels pretty high. Longest reception 21.5. I could be interested in taking like a longest reception under. What about this like Darren Waller 15.5?
Has he hit that?
Let's look. Because if he hasn't been hitting that, then we're gonna smash that. Like we said, if you haven't been paying attention to the weather, it's expected to be some crazy winds for that game. I don't think they'll be really throwing the ball downfield too much. Fantasy score could be a good one with Waller too. He's just been running so touchdown hot that I don't know. Receiving yards.
I think the under on this would be good.
Yeah, I think that's the sharpest of these three.
Old man, mostly used in the red zone. I just can't imagine.
Yeah, let's go under on Waller, longest reception. What is that play call?
Did JSN get lowered or bumped from his line? He was at 85.5. You're still on your outlier screen.
Oh, sorry. 87. JSN's at. I don't want to look at Monday night games yet, though. I just want to do Sunday stuff.
Okay.
Chuba Hubbard projected at 33.5. Rico at 60.5. I don't really want to touch that, to be honest. Just too much guessing.
Like having strong opinion. I like guessing. I like guessing with my money and then watching it burn on Sundays.
Yeah, we're trying to help the people make money here, y'all.
That's why you guys don't tail my slips. My slips are the fun ones you guys can ride out with me.
I don't know if I'm going to touch anything from this game, to be honest. Just could be an ugly one. New England Titans.
There's just not great matchups.
Yeah. Drake May pass touchdowns too. That could be nice.
I like that too.
He's kind of been on the money with that this year.
It's not like they've been feeding Ramondre or Travion. Would you start Browns defense versus Miami in the rain windstorm, or Packers defense with Arizona? Long term, I would rather have the Packers defense. Even during this game, I might want the Packers defense.
So May's thrown for 2 touchdowns in 4 of 6 games this year. Only didn't do so against the Raiders and the Bills. Players have only gone there 2 of 5 times against them this year, but I still feel pretty good about that pick for May with even odds. I think I'm going to take that over. We'll add that to the slip.
Okay.
Let's look at this game. Your boy Olave sitting at 5.5, 59. Rashid 3.5, 41. Don't really love anything I'm seeing here. Doesn't feel like any crazy value. Giants stuff. This Cam Scatabo 2.5 receptions might be something I'm interested in. I also could be interested in doing like a Jackson. Dang, I was early to the Jackson Dart rush yards under. I was shouting that earlier in the week when it was at 39.5, and now it's at 35.5.
Love it.
I definitely could see a Jackson Dart pick this week too.
I can. I want to bet. I'll put that in my slip, Brett. Lock this in. Let's make my slip. Oh, no. You took it from me. I don't like it at betting the same stuff you bet. Too much exposure.
Yeah. I think we'll take the Dart pick.
They were smack talking Dart, one of the.
Or actually, let's
Nick
do
Benito.
this. Yeah, Nick Benito sack, dude. That's happening.
Dang.
I like that more than the pick. That's definitely happening. Jonathan Taylor. Where are his longest rush lines? $17.5 longest rush for JT feels low. Let's take a look at that.
I'm trying to think of how defenses get there, Jacob. The more I look at your question, I'm kind of leaning Packers because if it's a big rainstorm, I can't imagine they do very many dropbacks and allow very many sacks to the Browns. Or like even that many picks from Tua, as bad of a quarterback as he is. So I'm kind of leaning Packers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I'm going to take this Jonathan Taylor, 17.5. And we're going to take out Kyron and just get rid of the London game. We're going to lock this in. $5, 10x, $5 pays out 50. This is the slip. Waller under 15.5 longest reception. Drake May 2 touchdowns. Benito sack. Jonathan Taylor 18-yard rush or better.
Damn, Shaheed actually got bumped up like 3 yards.
I got to get out of here. Yosh, are you down to hop on tomorrow morning before the game starts?
Can you lock mine in real quick right now before all my lines change? I know who I want.
Yeah, what do you want?
All right, give me – we won't do Shaheed yet. Do Jalen Coker.
Yards?
Yes. Give me Chig, yards. I'm thinking – oh, damn, he got bumped up too, bro.
Take receptions.
Give me receptions. Everyone I put in the Discord 2 days ago that my gut liked got bumped up like 3 yards. I hate everything. BTJ, let's check him real quick. Probably going to be a no. After him, Diggs. No. Actually, higher. Give me the higher. I think they're just going to dog the Rams. Yep. Give me Diggs. Receptions honestly might be better for BTJ though. Oh, he got bumped down. Tennessee, give me the over.
Yards?
Yep. Or should we take a TD?
I like TD. Yeah.
Bang. You're getting yelled at. All right, JSN under. JSN under, then pull up the Saints game.
Kim.
I don't like his line being at 89 right now, guys. That just seems. Oh damn, it dropped it. I hate underdog, bro. God, I hate underdog. You're
Just
too
take
sharp.
fantasy score under if you're taking anything for JSN.
Okay, bang. Yeah, that's half PPR too. Take the under. And then Saints game. I want to bet on one of my boys.
Olave was looking like his odds were pretty good.
Yeah, they just bumped. Which one do you like better, reception or yards?
Yards.
Boom. What is this? 40x payout, boys. Don't tail this.
Do you want $5 on it?
Yeah, definitely sweat this one out with me, guys. This is a fun little sweat, little lotto. All guys that just my gut likes. We didn't go on outlier for any of them. Out of all those, though, I think that Chig and Jalen Coker are honestly decent bets. Do your research, though. Give me Pittman PPR.
All right. I got to get out of here, fellas. Yash and I are going to hop on tomorrow morning to talk some ball before the games. Make sure to join the Discord if you haven't already. I'll share that with y'all right now.
Jacob Loki, Michael Meyer might be a good start.
join.
And Frosty Pittman, I like out of all those. Maybe Keenan.
If you want to ask any further questions, join the Discord. We'll answer you guys in there. I would start Rico with those guys for Frosty. This question. Or Pittman. Toss up. Maybe Pittman just because Downs is out. It could see some more targets for Pittman over the middle.
Yeah. Down week last week.
Yeah, I'll say Pittman. That being said, we're going to get out of here. Join the Discord, sub to the channel, like the stream. Thanks for joining. We'll see you guys next time.